What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for understanding that YouTube is now run by AI, and it is allowing general discussions about cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, NFTs, digital assets, and so on. That's all that this video is. We're simply going over the latest news articles surrounding the cryptocurrency market. Yeah, we're going to talk about prices, but in no way is this video a promise, promotion, suggestion, recommendation, or guarantee of any kind. It is just you and I discussing the news. Now, looking at this, 64.4 Bitcoin, this is essentially where we were yesterday, but we dropped all the way down to $62,000 Bitcoin, right? So we do have a nice little bounce here. Ethereum hit 1,800, now it's at 1,860. Solana hit, I believe, 75, now it's almost back up to 78. These prices still feel low, and the Fear and Greed Index is an indicator of that. A level of 11 extreme fear. Guys, this is among the lowest that it has ever been before. So what does that mean? That means that we are bottoming. I don't know how much lower it can go, right? Is the Fear and Greed Index going to go negative? How much more fearful can people get? And that fear is derived, in my opinion. This has nothing to do with the news. This has nothing to do with anything. This is my opinion right here. It is extremely speculative, absolutely, because nobody can prove it. But whether you like him or not, it seems as though there's a lot of hatred towards the person that runs the United States of America right now. And I believe a lot of the fear is manufactured. I believe a lot of the fear surrounding tariffs, a lot of the fear surrounding the political uncertainty, I believe that it's manufactured and that we're driving prices lower for a reason, okay? You can agree with that, you can disagree with that, but the level of fear right now just does not make sense, okay? We've seen that tariffs have not caused inflation. We've seen the United States isn't ruined. We've seen all of these things play out, and yet here we are. It's such a low level of fear, we never even thought about touching these levels during the previous bear market. Think about that. As low as we went in 2022 and 2023, we never even considered touching levels of fear like we're seeing right now when the price was actually higher now than it was back then. $19,000 Bitcoin, $15,000 Bitcoin didn't cause this level of fear. So do with that what you will. Use it, don't use it, I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about what these analysts are saying specifically about Shiba Inu coin. It says Shiba Inu coin status is a key gauge of investor sentiment is on full display right now. With sentiment declining and investors' bullish bets being unwound, some are concerned about the future of the top tier meme coin. Here's what to make of this weekend's move and what it might tell us about what is ahead. It says the world's second largest meme coin, Shiba Inu coin, is a cryptocurrency that some investors rightly view as more of a gauge of speculative fervor in the digital asset sector than an actual investment vehicle. And they should, right? That's all meme coins are. It's a gauge of speculation. People are unwilling to buy meme coins when they are fearful. People are unwilling to speculate when they are not greedy. So you can definitely use it as a gauge of speculation. When SHIB is rising, sentiment is typically rising, prices are typically rising, and of course that speculative nature is typically rising. It says, it is well known that traders view Shiba Inu coin as a vehicle to deploy momentum swings to the upside and to the downside. But the sheer volume of liquidation activity over the past weekend is notable and is sending a signal to many who are considering putting capital to work in other, seemingly safer alternatives. Let's dive into what transpired this weekend that led to a 5.5% decline. It says over the past day alone, nearly $500 million has been liquidated across the entire crypto market. Most of the positions getting unwound have been long side, a trade of the bulls, with Shiba Inu coin's liquidation data signaling that leverage remains a key driver in near-term volatility for most digital assets. And guys, that's typically when you see price action fall off a slight cliff. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can pull up a graph just real quick here. If we go to, let's go 30-minute chart. It's not a terribly good example, but something like this, right? When you're moving and then boom, all of a sudden a huge level is hit. A lot of traders and like I said, this isn't a great example because it's only a 500, it's only like a 20 pip swing. But moving like this right off the side of a cliff is usually the result of liquidation, which is what they claim is occurring or has occurred over the weekend. Now, it goes on to say, should you buy stock in Shiba Inu coin right now? Well, you're not buying stock in it. You'd be buying cryptocurrency. The Motley Fool always throws their thing out there, trying to get you to sign up and all of that. Here's my opinion, okay? And, of course, you guys should make your own decisions. I'm accumulating right now because of all of the fear. It is tough, right? It is difficult to want to ignore the emotion. It's difficult to buy property when there's blood on the streets. It doesn't make sense. But it does if you believe that that fear will fade. It does if you believe that the sun will rise tomorrow. Now think about that. If the times are bad now and the prices are low, imagine what's going to happen when the prices are high and the times are good. I don't know what catalyst is going to drive things higher, but I believe there will be a catalyst that drives prices higher.